WVEC-TV, plan.
Time for one claim or two, and here we go.
This is Jeff Day, ABC.
New at 6, it will go down as one of the most notorious pranks in Hampton Roads history. 3 decades ago, 2 local DJs convinced hundreds that Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach was about to put people in danger. Philip Townsend takes a look back at this April Fool's hoax.
It's a wild prank that lives in infamy, and it happened 30 years ago today.
At the Doodah Parade in downtown Norfolk, FM 99 morning personality Henry the Bull seemed carefree. It was hard to tell earlier in the day. He and his partner Tommy Griffiths sent hundreds of people into a panic.
A panic that had families showing up at emergency shelters and the city's 911 lines tied up with concerned callers. On April Fool's Day, 1992, the 2 radio DJs convinced a lot of people that Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach was about to blow up.
Due to a methane gas buildup. So many people believed them, the FCC decided to investigate.
But the only thing blowing up that day were phone lines, not only to police, but to park officials, who spent part of the day fielding calls from parents in a frenzy.
These were particularly from residents in surrounding neighborhoods that were ready to evacuate, and also from a lot of concerned parents whose children had planned field trips for this afternoon at the park.
The radio station eventually stopped its broadcast, but only after police showed up at its studios. Tommy and the Bull, they weren't fired for the stunt, but they were suspended for 2 weeks without pay.
They have very fertile imaginations, and perhaps they took it to a higher extent than they should have. We're obviously very sorry that it happened.
And the FCC tightened its rules about broadcasting fake information after that day, threatening hefty fines in the future. But since the new regulations started after the Mount Trashmore hoax, FM 99 never had to pay up. For 13 News Now, I'm Philip Townsend.
The flood of phone calls tied up emergency lines for more than an hour, and that led police to file a complaint with the FCC.
Everything's back to normal at Mount Trashmore, but earlier many people called the park in a panic, wondering if it was about to blow up.
These were particularly from residents in surrounding neighborhoods that were ready to evacuate, and also from a lot of concerned parents whose children had planned field trips for this afternoon at the park.
Meanwhile, at the Doodah Parade, WNOR morning personality Henry the Bull seemed like he didn't have a care in the world. But at a news conference, his boss wasn't waving away the April Fool's prank on listeners. Henry the Bull and his partner, Tommy Griffiths, pretended Mount Trashmore was about to blow up because of a methane gas buildup.
We're obviously very sorry that it happened. It was not our intention for this to happen. It was just an April Fool's joke.
Would a message help from a unit? That's what I'm just...
But not everybody was laughing, especially the staff at the Virginia Beach 911 headquarters. The flood of phone calls tied up emergency lines for more than an hour. Now the FCC is trying to find out if the joke was harmful to the public interest.
In the eyes of the public it is, because my phones have been tied up, my staff has been tied up, the police have been tied up, and there's been phone calls, and I believe the licensee considered it serious because his attorney has been checking with Washington with...
I walked in at the tail end of it, and the majority of the phone calls that I heard were people saying, okay, you guys got me, ha-ha, very happy April Fools. I mean, that was basically it.
Benita Billingsley, 13 News, Virginia Beach.